Think. What good would your death accomplish?
Inspiring future generations to oppose you.
Yo, what's up everyone? How y'all doing? It's your boy Xombat coming at you with another guide. Today we're going to be covering Omni-Man. This character came out about a week ago for early access, and I think it comes out today on the 16th while I'm recording this, for non-premium users. So a lot of people are going to be playing this character, obviously, and I want to do a guide for you guys, you know, to show you how to approach this character and basically how to, you know, play him if you do want to, play him a lot, because he is very fun from what I've played. Character came out about a week ago and I've been playing him non-stop, and for me to play a character that much, they have to be fun. I do think NRS nailed this character in terms of design. Like, I always judge guest characters by, if this character was to be added in a fighting game, how would I want them to play based on, you know, their incarnation, and I think they did Omni-Man perfectly. Like, from the combos, his fatals, his brutals, everything they did with Omni-Man, I actually think they nailed it. So it just makes me more excited for the future of, you know, the DLC pack. And if I had to describe Omni-Man as a character, I'd say he is, like, he is your counter zoner. Like, he wants to be in your face. He's basically a brawler, to be honest. Like, if you're looking for a character that doesn't have to deal with zoning, ignores zoning completely, then this is your character, to be honest. Like, he is made to just counter zone and get in your face. Like, his whole playstyle is to get in your face and just hit you, right? Like, he's a brawler, which is why I think this character is so fun in my opinion. But yeah, as always, if you guys like these guides or if you like the videos in general, make sure to drop a like, and if you want to sub, I would appreciate it a lot, because we are very close to reaching 10k, which is insane because I started my YouTube 2 months or a month ago. And so thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate you, and if you'd like to sub or drop a like, you know, it's always appreciated as well. But you know, without further ado, let's approach the guide. First thing we always start with is the buttons. So when it comes to Omni-Man, his buttons are, normally I go over stand 1. His stand 1 isn't the, you know, the craziest, so I'm not gonna go over that, but it does lead to one of his main strings, which I will go over. Same with his stand 2. You're not really gonna use his stand 2 in like neutral. This stand 1 and stand 2 are -3, -4 on block, but the strings they lead to are essential to his toolkit, so I'll go over the strings, of course, after. Now the first button that I'm going to be talking about is back 1. This button is a 12 frame mid. It leads to one of his main pop-up strings and one of his main checks. So if you want a mid to just, you know, check someone for mashing, or if you want a mid to throw someone out and hit them, this is one of your go-to mids. He has 2 of them. This is one of them. It's 12 frames, and yeah, it leads to a combo on hit, which I'll go over, and on block it's a safe, you know, you can just check people with this, and it's a great button to just check, and it has pretty decent range. Like, it's not, look at the range, not pretty, it has really good range. So it's not like a mid that doesn't go anywhere at all, you know what I mean? So that's one of his main buttons that I'll start with. Now forward 2, this button is very interesting because it is an overhead, but it is punishable on block, right? However, it has different properties. So if I just do it from here, it's an overhead, right? You guys see that? But when you get close to them, if you're close to the opponent, it actually goes to the other side. So it's kind of weird to look at. Now this button is reactable. It is 28 frames, but if you just want an overhead to throw somebody off or get a quick hit, if they're not watching, you know, their head obviously, then you can throw this out. And the incentive for an opponent to block overhead is that he has very good lows from this range. So the first low we're going to be looking at is his forward 3. Now this is a combo starter. It is also minus on block, and it is punishable, but with cameos that I'm going to show, first cameo, you know, obviously on the top left is Kung Lao. This is plus on block, and it leads to a combo. So automatically he has a low starter, and he has an overhead, you know, hit. Now this is, like I said, reactable, but it's kind of hard to react to in the heat of the moment, so you might clip a few people with this. So use it, you know, I suggest definitely using it because it's very good. but use it with caution, right? And forward 3 is a great button. It's a combo starter. It's a low, goes pretty far, decent range. So already forward 3, forward 2, back 1, those are the main buttons. Now when it comes to his pokes, he has decent pokes. His down 1 is, you know, 7 frames, has decent range. Can't really complain about it. It's not a crazy poke, it's not a bad poke at all, it's a decent poke. His down 3 is actually a decent poke as well. He goes pretty far, he does like this chop. -8 on block, so not bad at all. His down 4 is actually really good. This is -6 on block, and the range is kind of ridiculous. Like, the rock is the hitbox, right? So it's not really his hand that's hitting you, it's just a rock. So this is pretty much like a crazy poke that you can just use. Now his sweep is very good, because most characters sweep. What you realize about the sweep at first, this is a sweep back 4. This is 35 frames of recovery, right? Which means if you whiff this, you're gonna be sitting here for a pretty long time. But the thing is, his sweep is different. If I hit his sweep, Omni-Man has this animation specifically for himself, where it is 14%. The sweep does 14%, and you're plus 15 on hit. Compared to Scorpion, where I just do this. And how much damage is this even? This is 7%. You know, like, you see the difference? And if you might be wondering, is the sweep punishable? No, the sweep is completely safe. This is -7 on block, and it actually goes pretty far. But like I said, don't whiff it, because it has 35 frames of recovery. So then right off the bat, as you can tell, he has forward 3, which is a combo starter. Back 4, well, his sweep, which is a quick 14%. And what is that all complemented by? Is overhead, right? It's forward 2. So already he has like 2 low options, an overhead option, and this mid. Now the other mid I want to cover, and I'd say this is probably your main mid to get a hit on an opponent, is his forward 4. Now this forward 4 starts up at 17 frames, so yeah, it is a bit on the slower side, but the range of this button is ridiculous. Just look how far I am right now, right? You see that? This button is actually ridiculous. This is why his buttons are so good, because he has back 1 from, you know, you can check from here. He has sweep that he can throw out, and this forward, anytime he's in this range, you have to respect this button, right? Which is a crazy button. And then, you know, if you're not respecting, then he has this that he can just throw out. He has this, so his buttons are automatically like very good at this range, which is where he wants to be, right? Now what this forward 4 leads to, obviously I always cover strings second, but I feel like I have to talk about this. The reason this forward 4 is so good is because it leads to forward 4-1, which on hit, you get a full combo, right? On block, this button, forward 4-1 on block, is -6, which means this is completely safe, and it's mid-mid. So there's no ducking it, there's no armoring through it, there's no gap. This is a button that you can literally just throw out like this. It goes really far, and at this range they have to respect you automatically, and if you hit it you get a full combo. If you don't, you're safe on block. So this button is already ridiculous. So like I said, the buttons we covered: back 1, very good mid, 12 frames, your main combo starters, and it's a good check from this range. Forward 3, it's a good low starter, very good range as well. It's punishable, but like I said, with cameos it changes a little bit. And even without cameo, you can still get a combo off of it. You don't need one. But, you know, like I said, it is unsafe. Forward 2, it's an overhead. Like I said, use this with caution, because it is 28 frame startup, so they can react to it. And it's punishable, so watch out for it when you're using it. I mean, watch out for it when you're playing against an Omni-Man, and watch out when you're using it too. So don't use it too much, but definitely you can sneak a hit in with it. So his sweep, very good sweep, like I said. -7 on block, it does 14% on hit. You can't really go wrong with this sweep. Just don't whiff it, because there's a lot of recovery. And then his main button, like I said, forward 4-1, or just forward 4. This button goes ridiculously far, 17 frame mid. So one of your go-to combo starters as well. Yeah, those are the buttons for Omni-Man, and now let's get to the strings. Alright, y'all. Now we're back with the strings. Now, with this guide, different from my other guides, I can actually pin moves now, which I totally forgot to do in the opening section as well. So, like I said, in the opening section, just remember it's back 1, forward 2, forward 3, back 4, and forward 4. Those are your main buttons. I forgot you could pin these, but now it really helps me as a, you know, making these guides, because I don't have to spend as much time trying to get the notations for you guys. So thank God, you know, pinning is actually a thing in this game now. So yeah, these are his main strings that I highlighted. Like I said, his stand 1, I didn't really highlight it, and the reason is because the string is very good. I mean, the string is very good, but the button, as a button, you don't really use it as a stacker. It's -4 on block. But now the strings, all, you know, stand 1 are very good. 1, 2 is +3 on block. Now this does have an armor gap, but it is hard to do in a moment for the opponent. So this is automatically like a +3, you know, a +3 combo starter, which is kind of crazy. It's similar to Johnny's, but it does have a gap. Now, but unlike Johnny, he doesn't have a 9-frame mid. He has a back one, which, as I covered, is 12 frames. This mid is very good, so you can do like 1, 2, back 1, 1. Now they have 9 frames to poke this, so it doesn't jail. They can poke it, of course, but there is a mind game with it. You can obviously do like this and a check, right? So there is a mind game to this plus frame. But what is that? What's that complemented by is 1, 2, 2. So this is +3, and if they mash after, you know they're mashing. So then you can do 1, 2, 2. Now this string is very good because this is neutral on block, and it'll also hit anyone who mashed after 1, 2, and it's neutral on block. There's no, you know, after this, there's no gap, there's no flaws block like thing. It's just neutral on block, so you can just use this to throw it out. And obviously, this is one of your main combo starters, so if you see them get hit from 1, 2, this leads to one of his main combo starters, which I'll go over. Or you can do stuff like this. So 1, 2 is one of his go-to combo starters. Now back 1, 1, like I said, 12 frame mid, -4 on block. What it leads to is back 1, 1. This is also one of his main combo starters. But be wary with this string. People are not really gonna do it. It's kind of hard because you have to respect this. But you could actually duck the second hit of back 1, 1. It's kind of a scorpion situation. So if Omni-Man does this, I'm ducking. I can, you know. But this string is kind of weird. If you see your opponent stand block back 1, then back 1, 1 will jail. But I mean, you can't really tell in the moment. So if I stand block this, I can't jail it. I mean, I actually can't duck it as scorpion. It jails. But if I duck block it, then I can duck the second hit, right? So it's kind of a weird thing. But like I said, it is complemented by this, and then he also has this one string that he can do. Oh wait, I just unpinned everything because I switched gear. Damn. He also has this one string he could do. Let me just tag the moves. This one string he could do is back 1, 2. Now this string is you know, mid. It's kind of also like an answer for people ducking this. So it's kind of the same situation as this, except this is +2 and this is -6. So that's why, like, if I'm gonna do that, I'll just rather do this, right? But this has a gap. This doesn't have a gap, so that's the difference. But then this doesn't have a gap, I'm pretty sure. So if they're trying to armor, then you can just do that, right? So great check, combo starter, Mutus launcher. Same with 1, 2. These two, like 1, 2 and back 1, 1, are great buttons, great strings to start, you know, hit somebody in general. Now 2, 2, also a great string. This 2, 2 is -1. It's also hit confirmable fully to his main starter. Now 2, 2, 2 is neutral on block, and people are not gonna do it yet. But once people start getting familiar with Omni-Man and they start flaws blocking, this string actually becomes -10 on block, so it's actually punishable if you flaws block it. So that's why 2, 2 stagger is very good, because when you're trying to flaws block, you know, they're going to be sitting here doing that. So you can do this and to like grab, right? Or you can do and then steal a turn. You know, so 2, 2 is a very good stagger. 2, 2, 2 neutral on block. Obviously, if your opponent doesn't know how to flaws block it, I suggest definitely doing it. It's neutral. Obviously, after neutral on block, you know, there's a down one mind game. Whoever wants to poke or who just wants to block. Forward 4, 1. This is the string I showed earlier. It's forward 4 is one of your main mids, 17 frames. It was really far, and on hit you get a full combo with this. So there's really no going wrong with this string at all. Really no going wrong with that string at all. So forward 4, 1, one of your main strings. Yeah, these are probably the main strings I'd cover. 1, 2 +3 on block, very good block pressure. 1, 2, 2, and these are all complemented by the other buttons I showed you, right? So forward 3, which I showed you, is a combo starter. What you do is you do 1, 2, and then if they're respecting you, you can do like 1, 2, and then you can do it. right? So this all complements each other, or if they're respecting your 1-2 plus range, do 1-2 that, right? But it's just, he's a very pressure oriented character, and obviously at any time if he does 1-2 and you're respecting, grab. You know what I mean? If 1-2 grab, I'm pretty sure we'll beat out pokes, because pokes grab starts up at 10 frames, and poke startup they only have, yeah, they only have 7 frames to poke. So if they don't time their poke right, your grab will probably beat them out, and your grab might have priority. These strings are very good. His strings are very good. Like, he's supposed to be a brawler, and his buttons are ridiculous, to be honest, when close up. So yeah, these are his main buttons. I hope I cover them all. Now let's move on to the cameos.
Omni-Man.
Alright, now that we're at the cameo menu, I'll be going over his main cameos from what I've seen. So right now he has 3 main cameos. I'd say one probably surpasses the rest, and that is Kung Lao. As you guys know, right now in MK1, Kung Lao meta is kind of the norm, and the reason Kung Lao meta is very good, or just Kung Lao cameo is very good, is because he has a low hat, which automatically gives you plus frames on block. It is a great neutral, you know, it's great in neutral as well. It gives characters a very good neutral projectile, which is why Johnny with Kung Lao is very good as well. And aside from that, he gives you combos, he gives you pressure, he basically gives you everything you want, and he gives you harder blockables. Harder blockables are, you know, if I put like my low hat down, you know, when you can hold Lao cameo, you can hold the low hat, and I do like an overhead attack, right? So like low hat jumping, which you guys have probably seen and done. So that's why Kung Lao cameo is so good. He gives you harder blockables, he gives you pressure, gives you neutral control, pretty much gives you everything. He's like probably the new Cyrex. No, not probably. He is the new Cyrex at this point. So yeah, we are in the Kung Lao meta. So the Kung Lao cameo meta. And with Omni-Man is just synergizes very well with him. Off his main buttons like forward 4-1. He's plus on block like I showed. You can do back 1 low hat, which is plus on block. And he can do a lot of harder blockables, which I'll go over. I'll actually show you guys, because I do think his cameo is very important to his playstyle. And the other 2 cameos are Scorpion and Jax. Now Scorpion is just for damage. You can get a lot of damage with Scorpion. If you're looking just for damage, Scorpion is definitely your go-to. Jax gives you some setups, unblockable setups. I'm not sure if they're real. I've seen them. I haven't done them myself. I personally haven't played Jax with Omni-Man, but if you're interested in, like, you know, unblockable setups and potentially synergizing that could definitely be one as well. And it gives Omni-Man 1,100 health, which is kind of crazy. Wait, let me show you guys what Kung Lao cameo can do for Omni-Man in a nutshell real quick. So what this cameo provides Omni-Man is basically the ability to, like I said, get plus frames in his strings. So when it comes to his main strings, forward 4-1, you can do this in the +2, and it's also auto combos, which is why it's so strong. So if you do forward 4-1 into low hat, because you want the plus frames, if they get hit by forward 4-1, you're still getting a full combo, because it just hits that way, right? So that's still a full combo right there, and you're plus on block, so there's no lose-lose situation. Like I said, back 1-1 is mid-high, but if they're trying to duck the second hit, you can do this, and that's +2 on block. So anytime you're +2. Now with this cameo section, I'm gonna mix in special moves, because I think Omni-Man special moves are very essential to talk about. Like, I need to talk about these. So his first special move is this clap move. The normal version is decent. It's a mid projectile. The EX version is where it really gets strong. This EX version goes very far, and it'll cover basically everything. So if Scorpion jumps here, and I'm right here, and I EX this, he's getting sent back. So this is a very good projectile when you EX it. Now he's not a zoner, but anytime you can throw this out, so it's just very strong in general, right? So that's already one strong move he has in the specials. Now this is his base, like this is his shadow kick, you know, similar to Johnny. Any character who has like a quick reversal, even Scorpion back forward too. This is his armored wake up as well. It is 12 frames, so it's very good. It actually anti-airs as well, which is why this move is so good in my opinion. This is actually the anti-air as well. His hitbox is very good. So yeah, 12 frame armor move. It hits a mid as well, so you can't duck it. It's punishable on block, of course, as most armored wake ups are. But that's his armored wake up, really fast, 12 frames, anti-air. So you just want to get them off of you, you know, you got that move at your disposal, of course. Viltrumite stance. This is the main thing. The Viltrumite stance, as you guys have probably seen, this, if you just press it, it puts him in a hold, right? He just sits here. Now off of this, he has 4 options. He has 1, which is a grab, and this is your basic main combo starter. So if I do 1, 2, grab, I could do 2, 2, grab, and if I do this, you know, I'm doing this, right? So this is the main combo starter. It's to Viltrumite stance, down back 3, 1, right? Now in the same stance, if you press 2, he does this teleport. So what this is good for is stuff like this. This is a full punish, right? But the thing is about this is good, but he has these other options. 4, full combo punish. So he has 4 and he has 2. Now I'd say 2 is faster, right? So 2 is a faster startup than 4. Actually no, 4 starts up faster. So this is good. It does give you 18%, but this gives you a full combo. You know what I mean? This is where the counter zoning aspect of Omni-Man comes in. Like I said, he's a brawler slash counter zoner. So if you don't want to get zoned, he is perfect for that. Now some characters do have options around the stance, like Scorpion can, like if I'm holding stance with Omni-Man, right, waiting for you to do a projectile, just like sitting here, the Scorpion can do this, which is a punish. So some characters have options around this. Some character, not every character has a teleport, right? So not every character is going to be able to do what Scorpion does. Now keep in mind, when you're in this stance, you are completely vulnerable to attacks, not projectiles, just attacks. So if I'm holding this stance as Omni-Man, I'm just sitting here waiting for a projectile, Scorpion can just do this, right? Or you can do that, you can do that as well, you can do that. These are not projectiles, right? So physical attacks you're vulnerable, but if you EX Viltrumite stance, it becomes a parry, just like Johnny's parry. So if I EX Viltrumite stance and Scorpion does, so if I'm EX and he does, and while this is happening, so if I'm, you know, Omni-Man, Scorpion does this, I can just press 1 and punish him whenever I see. And you can do 1 at any time, so just make sure you do it when there's a punishable moment in the stream. So it's a parry. Now what this parry loses to is the same thing as Johnny's parry. It loses to jump-ins and it loses to lows. The difference is his parry is 7 frames, Johnny's is 2 frames, which is kind of crazy. But that is the main difference. But he does have a parry when you EX this. And I did not talk about 3, which is his 4th option. This is an overhead. It's completely safe on block. If they don't up block it, keep in mind they can up block this anytime. The normal version is -1 on block. And this will combo if you hit them crossing up. And what that means is if they're jumping forward, or if they're doing some sort of string that moves them forward. And because the way he hits, he comes down with like that attack, right? So if Scorpion is like jumping forward, so let me time Scorpion to jump forward. You can get a combo with this because it'll hit as a cross up, right? And when you get a combo of this, it's an easy link every time into, you know, your combo starter. Now this is a tracking over. Like I said, you don't have to direct this at all. This tracks. But the weakness to this is if Omni-Man is just doing it, you know, and you can react to this. You could just up block it and punish. You know, but there's one more. This is another option he has, which is probably his most powerful one off the stance. Anytime he's in the stance, keep in mind he could do the stance in the air, so he could do this. He could do, you know, he could do 2, he could do 4. Like all these options are available. Now you may be saying, what about if I just don't want to do anything? He can press down. Wait. I think he press down, or is it only EX? Oh yeah, so he just press down R2 and you cancel it. So anytime you want to just cancel it, you can. Put down R2. And anytime he wants to, he teleports behind you with forward R2. So this automatically is like, so while you're watching out for this overhead, you know, like you want to up block this, right? So you may react to the animation, he just does this. And while you're up blocking, so like if I'm Scorpion and I'm just like trying to up block, right? I just punish your toes for a full combo. You see that? So automatically he can just teleport anytime he wants, which also adds to his counter zoning. So this stance kind of gives him everything. He parries. Projectiles don't hit him. It's full combo punishes on some projectiles. Teleport behind you anytime. He can just cancel the stance. He has this tracking overhead that combo launches. It is unblockable though, so watch out with it. And yeah, this is why I'm saying he's a counter zoner, because anytime. And then when you mix this in with low hat, which is why I wanted to cover this section, you get this. You know what I mean? Like, you could just do, this is a hard unblockable. You could do overhead first and then low. He could do low hat teleport. He could do, oh, he also has this one special move which I need to go over. Back forward 4. This is a dive bomb. Now this is a tracking move. If Scorpion jumps, I am tracking him in the air. This is completely tracking. Like, you don't have to do anything. It just tracks anywhere. In the air, in the ground, it just tracks. But why this is so strong is that if he does it like this hits overhead, and this is a combo starter at the top. Now when you mix that in with low hat, you can do overhead first, then low. It doesn't matter, you know, if it does overhead and it hits, full combo starter. And if you block it, make it safe with low hat, right? And if he doesn't even have to go overhead first, that's the crazy part about all this. You just do low, overhead. So you automatically get a low overhead mix from anywhere. So this is why this character is literally like skip neutral. I'm a brawler. I don't have to deal with your zoning. And yeah, he just gets in your face. This character is very strong. His special moves are ridiculous. His bonds are great. He's a very strong character, like, to be honest. And his defensive options are great. He has this as a parry. And yeah, and his anti-airs are decent. I'd say his only good anti-air is down 2. That's like his main thing that I haven't been able to find, but even his down 2 is really good. So yeah, this character is very solid. Now we're gonna cover everyone's favorite part, the combos.
Interesting.
Alright, y'all, those are basically the combos for Omni-Man. I will say his combos are a bit on the harder side, especially the optimals, like the stand 3 dive bomb. Those ones, they have a strict timing. My advice would be to do like a micro dash and wait until the opponent is like waist level of Omni-Man, and then the dive bomb will hit as pop up, because the dive bomb normally will hit like this, but in some situations, like I was showing you guys, so if I do this, like right here, it'll hit as a pop up, right? So combos are definitely on the harder side, and this combos don't really matter if he's in the corner or if he's mid-screen, which is why I didn't show too many corner routes. He actually benefits from his combos being mid-screen, because some of the routes don't work in the corner, such as like the combo I just showed, the stand 3 dive bomb. Those routes don't work in the corner, so his combos actually don't really benefit as crazy in the corner as other characters do. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Like I said, to summarize, Omni-Man, he's a brawler, he's a counter zoner, he wants to be in your face, and he has the buttons, special moves, and tools to do that, so he's very fun. I think NRS nailed him, to be honest, in terms of design and gameplay. I hope anyone who's playing Omni-Man and this guide helps you guys a little or a lot, you know, depending on whatever you're looking for. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do like this content or just the videos in general, as always, I would appreciate, you know, any if you guys want to like the video or sub to the channel. We're close to 10K, so I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. You guys take it easy, stay safe, much love as always, and I'll see you soon. Peace out, yo.